family. It's one of your co-hosts, Isaiah Thompson, and today we got a special guest in Keiston France. He works on the pit crew for Ryan Blaney and Team Penske. He's a former collegiate tennis player at North Carolina A&T University, and we hope you enjoy the episode. It's about to get covered.
My name is Keiston France, front tire changer for Penske, Ryan Blaney, number 12 car. Played college tennis, you know what I mean? North Carolina A&T State University.
Aggie Pride, baby.
Pit road, they don't really respect tennis players, you know what I mean? It's a bunch of, football players and stuff too, but little do people understand I came from that background first.
Right.
That's kind of where I started out. I'm from Amelia, Virginia.
Okay.
You never heard of it?
Never.
You never heard of
Never.
it. But I tell people it's about 30 minutes west of Richmond.
Okay, we know that.
Okay.
I kind of claim that area, Richmond, Chesterfield, whatnot.
Okay.
You watch racing, Denny Hamlin, he's also
GOAT. What we talking about?
Yeah, he's from that area, man. And, growing up, it was really cool seeing him doing what he was doing, especially with with Coach Gibbs.
Right.
He coached for the local team.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, the Redskins, the Red Commanders, right?
Yeah.
And what, he won three chips with them, and he's won 5 in NASCAR. So that just goes to show
Crazy.
you,
Yeah.
what type of pedigree he is, man. But that's me.
So then my first question is piggyback what you were just talking about, being the tennis player, doing pit crew stuff, that you're around multiple football players and stuff like that. What's that like? Did it intimidate you? What was it like?
Bro, it didn't intimidate me, bro. Listen, football was my first love, man.
Right.
Believe it or not, my dad was my defensive coordinator, so I grew up in as a coach's son type deal, in the house studying plays and different, situations. So, I started playing football at the age of 5.
Dang. Okay.
Like I would assume most kids who are interested in sports, they start young.
Right.
I didn't pick up a racket. It was a couple years later, about 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I taught myself, self-taught.
Mm.
My parents saying they're broke, but they didn't really either have the means or having to afford any type of professional coaching with tennis. And tennis, it's a lot of guys come out of playing club tennis. Some of them don't even touch a high school court. Right, they just get their rankings from playing tournaments and stuff like that. But
that's crazy.
People, they didn't they didn't have the means to probably necessarily do that. So I really had to grind it out, man. But I got in front of a wall, and 3-4 hours a day was just hitting against the wall, bro.
Mm.
And whenever the high school coach at the time would let me, come in and hit with the high school guys, I would, and I just grew from there, right?
Okay.
But like I said, nothing against my parents or anything like that, right? But yeah, I didn't have the special coaching and stuff like that coming up with tennis. But no, it didn't intimidate me because I grew up being around them a lot.
Right.
And I was one of them.
That's real.
Nothing against tennis training, but it ain't the same as football.
Right.
So I understood. I just understood their world. I never stepped on a college football field, but again, the mentality.
Right.
It was something I was able to carry into tennis.
Right.
Respectfully, right, and even into what I do now. So
that's kind of what another question I wanted to touch on was your mentality. Going from tennis to going football to tennis. I feel like tennis players is more. What's the word? I can't even say it. Strategic. How is you got to think.
Say it with your chest. What you think about tennis players, man?
Honestly, I believe you got to think more than just football. Yeah. I believe you got to think a lot more because it's positioning, where you got to place the ball, what you have to do with the ball, how you hit it. If you hit it too hard, is it going? I can't play. And the fact that you went and did it by yourself, basically, that's tough. So what's the mentality like? From when you play football, I'm ready to kill somebody on defense. To you can't kill the ball or you.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Man, I'm not saying you got to think this way, but it's just as much strategy in football as well, especially when you get to the higher levels.
For sure.
Game planning, learning the playbook, different schemes, the length of play calls. I'm kind of a John Gruden guy.
Okay. That's X's and O's right there.
You got the guys. I mean, them calls, bro, about chapter book long, bro.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Memorize all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just as much, but again, the training is different for tennis. We're not trained to have the biggest biceps in the world. It would be counterproductive for what we're doing, ground strokes and stuff like that. But how can I guess you say it, the dog mentality, right?
Yeah.
I was able to carry that.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
I think, yeah, bro. Like, I think it's transferable. You see what I'm saying? And on the court, like, okay, I'm not really trying to take somebody's head off, but at the same time, with proper technique and training, I can rip the cover off that tennis ball.
Yeah.
You feel
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so as long as I'm coming over the tennis ball, like, it's not gonna go over the fence.
I'm loving
Right,
it.
but I can have that same attack mentality, right?
I'm loving it.
Understanding how to, read plays before they really begin. I could take that to the court, reading the ball off of a racket.
Exactly.
Understanding the tendencies of my opponent. In college, we didn't study film. We had, stats and sheets and reports on who we were competing against, right?
Mm-hmm.
We look at, where they ranked in the world, in the country, right? What do they do? What are their shot tendencies, right? We'll get like, I'm not that much of a basketball fan, but I think like in basketball, they have this, you guys can help me out, like this chart that can show you like certain players where they usually shoot from the most.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
their
the shot chart.
It's the same thing for tennis, right?
Okay.
You get those reports as well, right?
Okay.
And you prepare for it and assume that they're gonna do the same thing and prepare your game for them.
Okay.
Right. But really, man, just coming from football. Really, I did football. I played football. I ran indoor track.
Mm-hmm.
And I played tennis. So those are really 3 sports, right? And
Yeah.
on track, I don't know. It's probably not as much as strategizing, if you will. But again, I ran distance. I ran distance, and I was a jumper. And so, like, those 2 different styles. Usually you catch sprinters jumping, right? I did
Exactly.
jump, long jump, and all that stuff. But again, when you running 2 miles, right?
Right.
And like cross country, you got scenery, hills, and all this trees and stuff you can look at. When you running around a track, bro, it's nothing but just
8
that.
laps of rubber. That's
Yeah.
it. 8
and
laps
it's
of
double
rubber.
that for indoor, right? So that's another mental, so if it's 8 laps outdoor, it's 16 indoor. It's the same distance, but the track is 200 meters.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
so
nasty.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Again, that dog mentality, that being willing to push and press through anything. It really started with football, right? They recruit a lot of football players in my world, but I understand why, right? I mean, just the training regimen is just different, bro. The mentality is just different, and so being able to understand that, I was able to take that to track and then take it to tennis as well.
Yeah.
Right.
That sense of competitiveness. People look for that in the workforce also, like athletes coming out.
Yeah.
They want that sense of competitiveness, like, hey, I'm going to achieve the higher marks. I'm going to do what I need to do in the workforce, stuff like that. So I think, that for sure translates. I want to kind of touch on the transition from high school to college tennis.
Yeah.
What was the difference there? The disparity, like, I'm assuming high school is obviously a bit easier. How is it so much different?
You have your schools in high school that they can ball, right?
Yeah.
The Carolinas being one of the hubs for tennis. I kind of came up in a district where a lot of the schools, hopefully none of the 80s are looking at this, but some of the schools were cupcakes, man. And so in my district in particular, we had 2 schools that was like, all right, we really need to go ahead and do something with them, or they're gonna embarrass us, right? You have your schools in high school that they can ball. Half of them cats are ready for sometimes even the pros. Almost like
in high school.
In high school, middle school. A lot of those cats, they come from foreign countries, and they're like 11, 12, 13 already with the training. But it just depends on where you're at, right? The location. I'm from the middle part of Virginia. They call it the heart. So tennis ain't really all that crazy. But when I went out to the Tidewater, right, went up north of Virginia, those guys could ball, man, and so I could get some different looks, man, and really be able to hone in and work on my craft with guys that could play. But I'm be honest with you, bro. Like, even with that, going from that to Division I college tennis is just different, bro.
Yeah.
It's just different because, again, we talked about this before. Like, okay, you got kids coming from other countries for high school, but they're still very much minors and hadn't really crazily developed like that. When you get to college, a lot of them guys, they're 17, 18. By 14 years old, a lot of them guys have played on the professional circuit.
Yeah.
And
By 14?
By 14. Roger Federer, matter of fact, was about 15. That's a guy that I watched growing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to say idolized, but, I wanted my backhand to be like his.
Oh, yeah.
For good reason.
Yeah.
That's the guy I watched.
Yeah.
But those cats started, Sharapova started 13, 14. In the pros, bro.
That's
Insane.
That's nasty, bro.
And
Yeah.
so by the time it was about 14, 15, by the time they get 18, they done seen a
Everything.
good portion of that life of what it is to step on a U.S. Open qualifying court.
Right.
They might have lost, but like they gain knowledge, and so you dealing. I would say 90% of the people that I've had to play were not from America. Nothing against American tennis, because there's some dogs out there, right? Like, yeah, bro. I my first match was against Michigan State, bro. And just to give you an idea, at that time I was a freshman. My max serve speed was probably 115, 120.
Mm-hmm.
Women are doing that in the pros, by the way. And so
115 what?
I'm thinking,
God,
listen.
Yo.
With proper training technique, y'all could do that too. I promise you. But okay, so I'm coming into college. I'm like, all right, my serve is like that.
Right.
I lined up against a cat, bro. He might have been from France, I think. And I'm playing the 6th seed, right? There's 6 seeds in singles. I'm playing the 6th, last seed in singles. Buddy sent a serve about 140 across that net.
Oh my gosh.
140 is crazy.
I'm like, all right, welcome to D1 College tennis. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I returned it, but it won't. Yeah. Let's just say he double bageled me that day, which means I lost 06-06.
Oh my goodness.
I learned.
That's when it was for real.
That's when I knew. And that's something college couldn't really teach. Just to give you an idea, like you heard of the Andy Roddick's and stuff. Andy Roddick was serving over 200 miles an hour.
What?
It's on YouTube. He was playing, he might have been playing Djokovic or something.
Run the clip.
French Open somewhere. I'm going to have to find it and send it to you. He got a ball stuck in the court.
What?
In the court?
Wait, what?
Court.
Pressure on Roddick right here. Is a huge. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a first. That is some great stuff. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
He's a clay course. It's not court. We on.
Oh,
This
okay.
is hard,
Yeah.
right? But
Said,
clay,
okay, like that
Yeah,
makes it even.
bro,
like,
no,
less-
bro.
Hold on,
It's stuck
go back.
in the
Stuck
court?
in the ground.
Listen,
What?
listen. Serena Williams is serving 170, 180.
Oh,
I
Dog,
mean,
what?
these are like this stuff is legit, man. But
Yeah.
you have different styles of serving, right? You have a topspin serve, you have a flat-handed serve. Flat-handed is usually more powerful, and topspin has more of that curve, that turn on it, that change of direction. So it all depends on that too. But I mean, again, a lot of them, they come out of that world of, like I said, pro to college, and they come to college a lot of times just to practice. I've had teammates tell me, I'm just here to practice, but I don't even care about schoolwork.
right.
It's like, going to Duke for a year playing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One and done.
Yeah.
Real talk. But
Yo.
yeah, no, it's definitely different. And I think obviously it's like that for any sport. High school, you're gonna have your guys, but at the same time, when you get to that cream of the crop in college sports and then even pros, it's different, bro.
Yeah.
NFL, everybody running a 4-something.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Literally.
a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it was it was a wake up call. But when I went to college, coach took a chance on me. right?
Right.
I did well in high school, and you know, I had to go there on a preferred walk-on opportunity.
Mm.
I earned a scholarship. I'm that story.
Okay.
And so I really had to get it out of the mud, as they say. And a lot of things I did not learn in high school, right? Learning, play tennis off of a backboard is cool, hitting around with guys, but sometimes if you don't have that one-on-one coaching all the time, you miss certain things. And so, I really had to learn in college, right?
Right.
I used to think it was embarrassing to have to share that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you go D1, you go whatever, it's expected. And it is, and it was still expected of me to progress. But like, I came to Division I tennis, just underdeveloped. But a coach saw something in me.
Right.
And he trusted that that dog mentality that I have, right, to grind it out, that I'm going to get to where I need to be. But Michigan State first match, yeah,
Barbecue chicken. Yeah.
and that was at the crib, so that was like,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I was at the crib.
Yo.
I was at the crib.
Yo.
I said,
France
shoot,
game,
boy.
Yo.
Let me go into that bag and try to refine some things. But eventually I did get better and achieved winning in on that level, right? Competing for a MEAC championship, at least junior, senior year. So it took some time. It's more to that story too, and we can get into that. But to answer your question,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm already knowing.
Speaking of the mentality from football that you brought with you into other sports,
Yeah.
how about, we all know that football is more of a brotherly sport than a lot of other sports. Going from football to tennis to track, two really individual sports.
Yeah.
Now you're working where you dependent on other people.
Yeah.
Like, you changing one wheel, there's 3 other tires to change. Like, you have a whole team of people where everybody depends on each other equally. What is that like, bringing that brotherhood, I depend on you, you depend on me mentality back into NASCAR?
Man, I think it's very cool that a lot of teams they recruit from similar sports or sports where that's just a given thing. So it's not it's not a lot, of an adjustment, if you will, to go from those disciplines from stick and ball disciplines to pitting race cars and having that same brotherhood. It's honestly, being in a pit crew is very much more similar to playing on a tennis team.
Really?
Okay.
Football.
Wow.
I think football is
Neither did
really
I.
not as much individual. I mean, you have to perform, but like, it really is a team.
Yeah.
Tennis, right? Individually, we have to perform much more, right? So it's like, we'll come to get it. All of the matches together creates an overall score, but I can go compete for a championship by myself in tennis without my team.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think that's that in football, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's you can, very rarely will you see a whole team get fired, right? In NASCAR on pit road. Sometimes it'll happen or whatever, or get progressed. But more likely it's individual, right? And they pay attention to your individual stats, and that's just the same with tennis, right? Your individual rankings, ATP rankings, all this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Like, you got your doubles, that's cool too. But again, like, it's much more individual, even in track as well, than football. And it's the same thing for NASCAR, being on pit road. But again, there's still a brotherhood.
Right.
Right? It's still a brotherhood, whether you play tennis, whether you play lacrosse, whatever. Football is still a brotherhood. And so getting in the NASCAR, being that a lot of teams, they understand that, and they understand the mentality of athletes. Some come out of college, some come out of pro. They know that the mentality is usually the same. So it wasn't too crazy of a transition for me. Other people could say something differently, but from what I see, that's pretty accurate across the board.
Yeah.
Once a guy joins the team, they're automatically in the brotherhood. Sometimes they may have to prove themselves, right? Like you would in any situation,
exactly.
any team,
Yeah.
a new guy. But once you come in there and you do what you got to do, and earn that respect, like, it's your family, right? And a lot of us are willing to help as well, So it wasn't too crazy of a transition.
And what are those stats that y'all record individually Like, can you break some of those down for us and the us
Yeah.
in NASCAR?
Tennis or NASCAR? Okay. Yeah. So in on pit road, every position is different. I'll start with the jack man. He's considered the quarterback. You can't do anything without him. Really, right? I can go over there and buzz a lug nut off, but until he jacks the car up,
You
I
can't
can't
take it off.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So with him, a lot of his stats are his time to, we call it the peg, but it's like a little peg under the car that the jack hits. So his time to that, his time from jacking the car to hand on tire, from tire to inside of the wheel well. Right.
Yeah.
And then from there, what is his time from? This is where I would come in. With tightening the lug nut, but his time from coming off of the wheel back to the jack to now the time from touching the jack to dropping the jack to now what is his runaround time?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is where like a lot of times, because a lot of people don't know, like we try out just like tryouts for NASCAR is like an NFL combine almost,
Bro.
Like when I went to Hendrick and when I tried out for driver diversity, like we're sitting there, we're doing 40-yard dash times, we're sitting there doing
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
max
crazy.
bench press.
Whoa.
Max.
We'll do 5, 10, 5s. We'll do vertical tests.
This is really
This is
NFL combo.
yeah,
That's what it is.
What was your 40? You don't mind us
My
asking?
40?
Yeah.
08, 07.
We're gonna say 4-3.
48, 479. But I know, well, with Hendricks, I didn't have to do that particularly. That was more of a later high school, early college time. And I didn't train to do the 40 either.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it as an excuse. I never considered myself a speedster.
Okay.
I was more that
You did it
distance
long
guy.
distance.
I was really that
Yeah.
distance guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So I never trained for speed like that. But, turn around on 479, 48.
It's not slow.
It's not
It
bad.
ain't slow.
It's slow. But, you know what I mean?
Hey, when you comparing to NFL wide receivers, it's
comparatively,
slow.
For me, brother, I'm like, I can go home happy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm cool, but like broad jump, we do that stuff. My vertical, my best vertical at the Hendrick Combine was a 34. 34
Damn.
That ain't nothing to slouch over either.
And again, this is without training for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I never, cause I got football and basketball. Like they come in, I mean, they gonna do their thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what my 5'10" was. I didn't ask, but I felt solid about that because we did train for that in tennis. Right, left to right.
Side to side.
Yeah.
So that was something there. My broad jump, 9/11.
Yeah.
Untrained. I didn't understand about like how to explode, keeping your knees up. Like it's just certain little things that I learned later on about it.
Yeah.
This is like just a raw workout.
Yeah.
And you just
Straight
went in and put these numbers up.
And I mean, I did everything I can to prepare for it, but it's like I don't, you know what I mean? So no, it's all, yeah. And then they'll incorporate that NFL style drills with hitting drills. So like when I tried out for Hendricks, we would do all of that stuff. And then we would do like a pit. They would show us. It would put us in our positions. We would know our positions before we get there, right? So they would say, "Hey, you would change it." Okay. So after we knew all that, we did all those testings and things like that. We'll go and they'll show us our position.
Yeah.
Right. They'll instruct us. Maybe take a day to do it. We might run through some drills here and there, and then the next day we'll come in and they'll see how quickly we caught on. And they'll put maybe 2 or 3 groups together and go at it. You see what I'm saying? And they'll choose, based on whatever, they're looking for, right? And you also got to pass a look test.
Yeah.
You got to pass a look test, right? And I think that's imperative in a lot of, I call them auditions, the film side of me coming out, for other sports. But yeah, so it's crazy. Like it's not really showcased a lot. When I did the combine for driver diversity, we had a lot of news stations there and things like that. But again, a lot of people don't know, like, it's legit, like it's straight like an NFL combine, bro. That's the only way I can relate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would have never thought that.
Vertical,
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
5'10", 5.
Yeah.
That's a combine.
Yeah.
That's every camp that I ever went to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yo.
We're getting after it, bro. We're getting after it. So, yeah.
Nah, yeah, that is crazy. And
hey, if y'all want pit race cars, you know, if you feel like you're going to make it to the league, let me know.
okay. Well, this is my next question. You know, we've seen a lot of basketball here lately. None really close. A lot of blow-ups, swept, two sweeps. But, you know, in the fourth quarter, crunch time, you know, every second matters. And I feel like every second really does matter for y'all every single time y'all get out there. I feel like it's end of the game. Y'all got to go do it. What does that feel like? Just knowing that basically this is your last shot. You down 2, you need to hit a 3.
Yeah.
And y'all got to hit it. And if you don't, that could do everything. That could change the trajectory of everything.
It could. You know, we were talking about this. We're like the kickers, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
Of the sport, right?
Okay.
Because, you know, nobody really, I wouldn't say care, but don't really pay much attention to it.
Right.
Right? Until they need us.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We sit on the bench chilling the whole game. Like during the race, we chilling until it's time to do a pit stop, until it's time to kick a field goal, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You better not miss.
Right.
Exactly.
Right?
You
Tell
We'll
me.
be 99 for 99, bro. You missed that one, brother.
It's over.
They ask for our jobs, man. But you know, I also think this too, and I hate to be generic, so I apologize in advance. But you know, a lot of us have already dealt with that type of environment, and so for us, we're really used to it.
Right.
For the most part, right? Everyone's gonna get butterflies. I'm not saying I don't sit over here and get nervous or get butterflies, but here's how I look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put so many hours into training, right?
Right.
I do so many reps.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want the rings, but they don't want the reps, right?
Mm.
I put a lot of time into that, okay? It is a moment, right? Every weekend, I'm looking to over my left shoulder, there's a TV camera right there, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend, it's the All-Star race.
Yeah.
Right? It's a pit crew competition.
Yeah.
It's just us.
Yeah.
Really. Everybody looking at us, right? But that's every weekend. But it's like, I put all the time into what I do, even when it was tennis, football, track, right? Like, what did D-Rose say? Why not me?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just like,
Get that confidence.
it's just one more serve. It's just one more pit stop.
Yeah.
And I'm able to channel that inner self and be like, man, I done did this 1,000 times before. Just do it one more time. I'm not trying to quote guys. I know Kobe might have said that one time or another, but really, if you put in the work, and it's real talk, if you put in the work, bro, like the moment is not gonna get too big.
That makes
Right.
sense.
Right there.
And you know, I'm a man of faith, right? I believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Correct.
Overthinking blocks faith.
Oh my goodness.
It
Good.
blocks
Go
faith.
ahead. Go ahead.
If real talk, like if I call myself a believer and I'm walking around preaching this gospel, you know, I can do all things to Christ that give me the strength, right? Paul spoke that, you know what I mean?
Sir.
And before he brought up Christ, he brought up himself. He believed in himself. He believed in what God put in him.
Correct.
Same thing for me, right? And I speak for myself, but again, like you got to put in the time and the work, right? When you do that, your confidence comes from the reps you put in.
Yeah.
Especially when no one is watching, right? And so, you know, for a lot of us, we do have that mentality. A lot of teams do a good job at picking through who has that type of mentality. And so, you know, with that understanding, most of us, for the most part, we're able to execute. And if something happens, which sometimes it will, right? We're able to stay calm in that moment, stay composed, and respond to it how we should respond to it, and move on, because we're not robots.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And so, you know, but again, you revert back to the level. What is it? Revert back to the level of your training or what? Something like that. It's a quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right. And so you put in the work, man. It's just another day at the office, bro. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like I think about this pit crew competition, right? People blow it up for more than what it is. Bro, every weekend people are watching.
Exactly.
Every
Yeah.
weekend is a pit crew competition, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is.
And so it's like, what's and I'm not trying to disrespect the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
some moments where it's like, bro, you do want to take it in.
Exactly.
But at the same time, bro, hey, I'm here for it. I got a job, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's get after it. You see what I'm saying? I know
Yeah.
what I can do.
Mhm.
let's go. And you don't even think about it. For real.
Nah, yeah.
So speaking on your team, 2025, 20 year for you guys. A lot of good wins.
Big year.
Great year.
Yeah.
What do you think you guys as a team did best to set you up for all that success?
Overcame adversity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Huh?
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah. We overcame adversity, man. You know, that was a year we were coming off of winning a third championship. We repeated.
Yeah.
Team
Uh-huh.
Penske,
Yep.
right? It ain't the 15 that Hendrick has won, but you know, we put some numbers up.
Yeah.
But that year on that car, we had early on gone through a lot of struggles, a lot of tough times on pit road.
Right.
Things were happening. We lost, some races, from, messing up, and things had to be changed around. In sports, it's you don't perform.
It's cutthroat.
Execution is worship.
Mm.
Eric Thomas right there, ain't it? Execution is where I'm trying to pull all the quotes out. Execution is worship in our world. You see what I'm saying? And so we had to go through a little bit of that, and we had to fight from being top 30 on pit road. And Ryan Blaney, the pit crew is as popular as our driver.
Right.
Ryan Blaney is popular, so people is gonna have stuff to say, whether you do good or bad, but they really start chirping when stuff gets crazy. So,
Per usual.
first quarter of that year was rough, bro. It was rough on us, man. But things happened. Things got switched around. Okay, it's a given. It can happen, but we didn't allow that. Didn't deter us from the goal.
Right.
Protect the mission. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what we did, man. We were sucking. Pause.
I'm glad you said it.
We weren't very good. We didn't start off very well. And but we protected the mission. We didn't allow the outside noise to get to us. We knew what we had within us, right? We knew what we had trained to do, and we put our heads down and dug. And started after that first quarter, we started laying it down. I think, was it Texas? That was in May or June or so. We finished P1 finished road, and from there the rest was history. Won 4 races after that. And but we overcame a lot of adversity, right?
Right.
And I don't know if we're gonna get to this, but this year still kind of started a little rough on us as well. Kind of the same scenario, but again, the mindset is still the same. I had a younger guy ask me, man, how in the world you deal with all that noise, bro? I don't hear it, because at the same time, those fans, those commentators, whatever, are they in the gym with me?
No.
You see what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Are they on pit wall with me?
No.
Pit road with me, getting ready to jump out in front of a moving vehicle at 55 miles an hour? They're not. They're not wearing a quilt, which is our fire suit, in the middle of the heat of the day, sweating and working. So I don't give any type of space to any of that. But I know what I do. I know what I do. I know how I train. I know what I prepare for. And again, things happen.
Right.
But the greats know how to get up out of that. I don't like starting the year off rough, but at the same time, they got the right guy.
I mean, it can't be too rough. Y'all won. Y'all run early
won
this
one
year.
race, but
That's
we had
one.
2 loose wheels that day. Yeah, and one of them was mine. Now, I'll say this: a lot of times you do deal with mechanical situations, mechanical issues, right? We're dealing with equipment. We're trying to, work with guns that are built by human, imperfect human. Race cars, hubs that aren't necessarily perfect in every situation. But a lot of that is not. A lot of people don't understand that on the outside looking in. They just want to start, and I get it. You know what I mean? But it was a rough day. But again, I always tell people, when it did come down to what they call a money stops, we executed. We got them out there. We kept them in first place.
Yeah.
I say the middle part of the race was a little rough. We had them sent back to the very back of the pack twice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that, one time it might happen, cool, whatever. It happened. But twice in a race.
Yeah.
Oh,
We had a car that day, and then Ryan Blaney drove the flip out of it. But when it came down to them last 2 stops, when he came back in first, he left first. You know what I'm saying? We overcame adversity. And I think that's just a part of our our character as a group, man. You know what I mean? But 2024 was definitely that. And for me, I had got moved from a top car in the company to a backup car at the time. I was a part of the move back to the top car, right?
Right.
And so I was dealing with my own adversity, if you will, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I didn't take my eyes off of the goal. I protected the mission. And again, like when that first race back on the top car, bro, that was a tear-jerking moment for me. But then we went on to win 4, and we was one spot away from competing for the title.
What?
One spot away.
That's tough.
I think some teams kind of blocked us.
Yeah.
They didn't want to see us in Phoenix.
Right.
And we proved to them why they don't want to see us in Phoenix. Right. But hey, like I said, we overcame adversity, man.
Hey, tell them boys stop ducking smoke, man. Tell them stop ducking
listen,
smoke.
Bro. Whatever makes them happy, right? You know, what it is, what it is. Like I said, we're not gonna stop doing our deal, right?
You're right.
We want to smoke. We don't run away from phase either, right? I'll tell you right now. Hey, listen. I'll tell you right now when we, ain't doing well. Like, we just ain't doing well. But it's like, hey, bro, we back at you gonna see us again.
Talk that talk.
No, real talk. You gonna see us again, bro. So, but no, it's just, I think as a group, as a 12 car, that's really who we've become. Just a group that's overcame adversity, time and time again. You know what I mean? But
That's good.
But you look down pit road, or even you look down any sport, and it's not like it's not like we're the only ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
It's all about what do you do when your back is against the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you stay down or you keep fighting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You may lay down and bleed a little while, but you get back up and fight again. Fight some more. That's a Husker prayer right there. Y'all know about that? Yeah.
That's on game, man.
My Jack man, he played football at Nebraska.
Oh, wow.
So,
What position did he play?
He was a linebacker for 3 years, and he turned into a fullback.
Oh, he hit.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I ain't get off topic, but yeah, man. So that's us, bro.
Mm.
Real.
Love it. I got quick that question.
Okay.
If you have it, you pit like your crew, your fastest time was to get him in and out.
In a race, our fastest time, us personally, have been 8.4.
8.4. What's like the standard? To kind of like put that in perspective.
I want to say, man, to at least maintain on pit road, you don't want to run anything under 9.5.
Okay.
Mm.
But see, here's the trick thing about that too. By the way, the 8.4, that's not the record. I think the record is like an 8.2.
I mean, but point
But
two.
y'all,
y'all right there. But you may see that one here and there, right?
Yeah.
But good teams, you can gain spots and maintain. You're running at least between 8.9 to a 9.3.
Okay.
Nothing any lower than a 9.5.
The 8.4 got him out of there. Oh my goodness.
Listen, I ran, but here's where some strategy comes in, right? We was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Like qualifying important,
Yeah.
right? Because it allows you to choose where you're pitting from on pit road.
Right.
The further you are closer to the finish of pit road, the finish line of pit road, which is like stalls 1 through 10, the better off you'll be getting off of pit road.
Yeah.
The deeper you are, the more traffic you got to deal with.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So like, I've been in a situation where we qualified like crap, and so we like installed 30 out of 40, and we run an 8.7. We don't gain no spots.
Yeah.
Because now the driver got to deal with trying not to run into people.
Exactly.
People maybe running into him.
Mm.
You know, you got cars beside you. You got to come around a car. You got to daggone. If he parks it too deep and the car's in front of us, he got to back up, turn, and then go out.
Oh
like,
my
all of
gosh,
that
yeah.
factors into it too,
Yeah.
right?
Dang.
But if you have all the stars align and you in those, let's say, front 10 boxes, like, that's where those times can really have an effect.
That makes
Like
sense.
we was in COTA, Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas this year. We was competing against 45, Tyler Reddick.
That's that boy.
That day. Just kicking tail. But we were like right there, 1 and 2. We ran a faster time than we ran I think it was a 9.1. They ran like an 11-second stop.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
Whoa.
I ain't trying to put nobody on blast because again, they probably got enough ammo on us.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it's like they were installed 1. We were installed like 27.
Oh
So it
yeah.
didn't hurt that
Yeah.
much. So we almost got them, but because they were right there,
It didn't hurt 'em.
Yeah.
same thing for us. Like I've been in a situation where we ran a 9.7, bro. Matter of fact, we were in Bristol. We ran like a 9.7, bro. We were in first place. We qualified.
Okay.
First. We had the first stall, and we still beat the guys who we were competing against. They ran like a 9.1, 9 flat. And so it just, and every track has different configurations too, right? So it just depends, but. Yeah, a decent. If you consistently can do between an 8.9 and a 9.3, you can live there for real. Even if you a 9.5 team, you can honestly survive pit road like that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our job is either to maintain, gain one, or lose one. That's it.
I get that.
Right?
Okay.
No, nothing more, nothing less. That's our job, right? So, yeah.
Well, this is new for us. We haven't done this, but 2026 we gotta start doing stuff that's new, and we want to ask you to, for the people out there listening, what are some encouraging words and some motivation words to give them?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be cliche, but I'm gonna be cliche. For one, develop a relationship with God, because without Him, we can't do anything. You can't be fast. You can't be well coordinated. You can't catch the football, hit a tennis ball, hit a golf, whatever you want to do. Like without Him, I don't care how much you try to do it. Without Him, you can't do anything. Can't train. Can't be who you are. Right?
Yeah.
Whether you're an athlete or not. Right. It's important. It's imperative to develop a relationship with God. Right. It helps mentally as well. Right. Because I'm telling you, after some days, I'm ready to kick somebody's daggone windshield in or something. I ain't gonna do that. Key somebody's car, do something. Do a storm, right? But because I know Him, right, He's able to keep my mind stayed on Him and stayed under control, especially in moments where it feels high pressure. It's all on you, right? Understanding that, hey, once I jump off this wall, it's all in His hands, really. Good, bad, or ugly. It's for His glory that He controls it. So you want to develop a relationship with God.
Okay.
And you want to continuously be consistent with Him. Because when you're consistent with Him, He'll be consistent with you in whatever you do.
Amen.
Right?
That's
in
that's
life.
good
You'll
right there.
find consistency in life. Right? The world will offer you a lot of things, right? You may have some success doing it yourself in the world, but the world, I'm telling you, ain't consistent.
Right.
And just as quickly as they'll cheer for you, they'll boo you at the same daggone time. They'll scandalize your name, talk bad about you. The same people. Bro, I'll even say this. When we were winning like that, which we getting back to it too, people always have something negative to say. That goes to show you, what it's about. But God ain't like that. He don't change. His word doesn't change. He's not going to change with you. He always got your back, right? Like the ups and downs I've been through, it's all been orchestrated by Him. And it's been a blessing all the way through it. But then I'm going to have to tell you, never give up. Real talk, like never give up, bro.
Have honor.
Right, dig. I don't care if you're given that opportunity right off the bat. Like for me, for some reason, good Lord always had me getting it out of the gutter. I had to start way down here. I'm like, Lord, why can't I just start at the Hendricks or something like that? I didn't start at Hendricks. I didn't start at Penske. I had to drive the races. We fly privately now. I had to drive to Cali. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dang, bro, why can't I just, you know what I mean? Like, I done did this before, Lord. Like, what in the world? But that increased the dog in me, right? That was already it also, polished that never give up type of attitude and mentality.
Yeah.
Right? Because for one, God allowed me to be here. He's allowing me to live my dream, right? Hey, if you got a jersey, you got a chance.
Yep.
That's King.
Yeah.
King. And what he means is like, what he means is like baseball is rough, bro. Like baseball, like you got the minors, bro, and some guys don't get drafted first 5 rounds, and they starting over here at the Cannonballers. No disrespect to them, but like some of them don't even
make it out of there.
Make it out of that. But if they give you a jersey, you got a shot at it, right? As long as you have an opportunity, as long as guys give you an opportunity, right? don't give up on that dream, that passion, that whatever he has you doing, because I'm telling you, you'll find fruit from that, right? You're gonna be able, you're gonna eat for sure. You know, your route, your length, your story may be different, but believe me when I tell you, you're gonna eat, right? A lot of times I'm watching guys, you know, getting that call up way before me, and I'll even venture to say I felt like I at times deserved it more, but I stayed in it.
Yeah.
Stayed in it, bro. And here I am, you know what I mean? So
Right.
develop a relationship with God. Don't give up.
There it is.
Well, we appreciate
Yeah,
you.
bro.
We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
And it's been covered.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Let's do it.
There it is.
That was good.
Yep.
Cool. That was cool, bro.